Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga Moments. I'm Janice. Today we have a yoga flow for the back. So we're going to stretch it out, we're going to create a little bit of space, and we're going to feel really good. So hop into something comfortable, I'll meet you in a chair, and when you get there we'll come on into our alignment. So we'll bring our head over our heart and our heart over our pelvis. If you're new to these videos, I've slid to the edge of my chair so that I can drop my thighs off. So just my sit bones are kind of on the chair comfortably. And when we find our head over our heart and our heart over our pelvis, we're just going to find that alignment within. So our navel draws in and up, our pelvic floor lifts up, and we lift our heart up to the sky. So yeah, we're going to open our back here, but we're also going to open our chest a little bit too. You can close your eyes, and we're going to bring our hands kind of to the sides of our rib cage as best we can here. And drop into your breath. Check in here. See if you can lengthen the inhale, lengthen the exhale. And see if you can feel that expansion in your rib cage. Maybe you bring one hand to the back, and one hand to your belly. And just notice what you feel. So there's no right or wrong. Sometimes it's just about observing the moment. And then we're going to inhale, sweep our hands up nice and tall. I'm going to bring my left hand down to the chair, and on an exhale with my right hand, I'm going to reach over top towards the left. So I'm drawing my left shoulder away from my ear, reaching up from all four sides of the torso to lift me up, reaching up with the right hand, continuing to breathe here, and then find something new. So we're going to exhale, kind of like we're smearing peanut butter down in front of us, and then inhale, smear it back up. Maybe we open up, look up. Exhale. I don't know, maybe if you don't like peanut butter, it's jam or it's honey or something, but see if you can find a nice opening with your back as you breathe here. So inhale up, exhale, come all the way up, and all the way to center. I'm going to reach up with my left hand here, moving with intention, dropping my right hand, dropping my right shoulder away from my right ear. We're going to reach over towards the right side with our left hand. Draw your shoulders away from your ears, press into your sit bones to sit up nice and tall. Take a big breath in, and on an exhale, we'll smear with the left hand. So reaching it up nice and high. Exhale in front. So find something for you here. Find something that feels good. Continuing to follow your breath. And exhale. On this inhale, we'll come all the way up. Look up towards the sky. Inhale again, all the way up, both hands. And we're going to take it right over into our forward fold. So reaching forward with the heart all the way down. Again, if your knees are out, that's fine. Walk it out. We're going to bring our left hand to the center. And if you're only using your fingertips, that's fine. If you need a block or a book, you can come up onto that. We're going to reach down. Draw a line with your hand. So with your right hand, we're going to draw up our left hand across our chest, and we're going to open up to the right hand side. So wherever you are, maybe you can open up here, maybe it's here, maybe with practice you start to really open to a more vertical, but wherever you are today, honor that. So it's about growing in your practice. It's not about being able to flip yourself in half and do all kinds of stuff, but we're learning and we're growing. Lengthen your breath if you can. We're going to exhale, bring it back to center. Right hand comes to center here. Left hand draws up the right arm all the way across the chest and open. Deepen your breath. If your knees are falling in, see if you can draw them out a little bit. One more sweet breath. We're going to bring it back to center. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my knees just for a little support in case I need. Then I'm going to lift my heart up towards my spine, my navel up towards my spine. And I'm going to rise all the way back up. So already creating a little bit of space in the back here. Continuing to find that alignment though, because I'm going to extend my right foot now. I'm going to keep a nice bend in my knee, but I am going to flex my feet towards my face just to lengthen out the back of my leg. So not just the back, but the backs of the legs today. I'm going to lead with my heart, reach forward. So left hand can come, or both hands if you want, can come to your left knee. And I'm going to reach forward. Maybe I reach towards my right toes with my right hand. But maybe if you're comfortable like this, then stay here. It's your practice. So take control here for yourself and find what feels good to you. I'm going to reach, continuing to breathe, drawing my right hip crease back. And then everybody, draw a line with your nose, look up, smile, open your heart, draw your shoulder blades back. And we'll inhale, come all the way up. Beautiful. Extend the left foot. Again, keeping a nice bend in the knee. We're going to set our right foot up so our right knee is over top of our right ankle. And then we're going to lead with the heart, leaning forward. Maybe you bring your right elbow to your right knee. Maybe you bring both of your hands to your right knee. Explore here. So especially if you've never done this before, you're just starting out, find what feels good for you. Find kind of what makes your body sing and say, yeah, this feels good to me. I'm gonna slide back on my chair a little bit. I'm sliding forward. And I might, maybe if it's available to me, reach towards my right toes or my left toes. Left foot is flexed all the way towards my face. And maybe if you can't reach your toes, maybe you just reach down your shin, wherever you are. Big inhale, big exhale. And if you are reaching with your left arm, see if you can plug your left arm bone into your shoulder here, your left humerus. One more breath here. Inhale, look up. Open your heart, draw your shoulders back. Smile. You're doing awesome. Inhale, come all the way up. Whew. So hopefully you're already feeling, a little bit of space in the side body and the lower back body. We're going to inhale, sweep our arms up nice and high. Draw our shoulders away from our ears so our thumbs are back, our pinkies are forward. I'm going to sweep the arms down and I'm going to bring my right arm under my left here. So coming into eagle arms or Garandasana. Now, if you're not, feeling like, gee, I can bend my arms like this, don't worry. You can bring your arms together and squeeze the forearms if you want, or you can slowly work it, maybe you cross them here and you start to draw your hands together. Maybe you just, bring your elbows together or your arm together. What you're going for is this opening in your shoulder blades. So we're kind of pulling our shoulder blades apart this time. So see if you can play, find what feels good here. Wherever you're at today is perfect. And then see if you can draw your elbows down. Take a little bit of weight. Deepen the breath. You've taken this time for yourself, so let's get the most out of it. Because we're worth it. If we're going to take time for ourselves, let's have it be quality time. One more breath. I'm going to open my arms up. I'm going to swing my left arm under my right this time. Come into eagle arms on the other side. Or if you come back to here, perfect. Bring your forearms together, squeeze, drop your elbows down. Or maybe your left arm was underneath. Yoga for the mind today as well. Maybe you start to cross your elbows or get towards crossing your elbows and drawing your hands up towards each other here. Wherever you are, take a breath, enjoy it. You've been working hard for yourself, so nice little time to decompress. Create a little space in our back body. I'm gonna exhale, release. You can shake out the arms, shake out the shoulders. Take a second here for yourself. And then I'm going to stand up. So we're gonna come to the wall for a minute. And again, if you've seen, some of the other videos, absolutely when we come to standing, we can throw our weight forward, or we can use what we were given. We can draw that support up from the inside. So I'm planting both feet, pressing into all four corners, drawing up from the arches. So I'm already creating that lift even from my feet. And then I'm lifting up from the pelvic floor, drawing my navel in and up, and then I'm lifting my heart up even as I lift it forward. So I'm coming all the way up. If you need your hands to push, don't worry about it. That's perfect. Move in a mindful way. I'm going to move the chair a little bit. And then I'm going to come into the wall. This is a little bit of an awkward angle, but I haven't yet figured out two angles, so we'll get there. I'm going to bring my hands about shoulder width apart and shoulder height at the wall, and I'm going to walk my feet back. So I'm going to press into the wall with all 10 fingers. Really, really pressing, not collapsing into the heel of my hand, but pressing into all 10 fingers. And then I'm going to draw my heart back towards the camera, back towards you guys. So my feet are probably a step and a half away from the wall, so I'm leaning in. And there's a couple things going on. I'm pressing into all 10 fingers, drawing my heart back, but I'm also reaching my heels towards the ground. So I can wiggle my toes, and I'm getting long through the crown of the head here. So it's a full body experience here at Yoga Moments. Just like life, it's a full experience. I'm gonna press into all 10 fingers. Deepen the breath here. So I have this nice long line going from the crown of my head all the way down through my heels. Finding that alignment, opening the shoulders. And maybe you tuck your chin, find a little length in the back of the neck. I'm going to take a step forward, come off the wall with both hands. I'm going to turn to the side, and with my left hand I'm going to press into the wall, and I'm just going to slowly turn my shoulder and my upper body towards the right. So I've got kind of this foundation in the wall, but it's going to help open my shoulders. Create a little bit of space, and maybe in the backs of the arms you can feel it too. So everyone feels it differently in their body. If we were in person, I would ask you lots of questions, being like, how does it feel? Where do you feel it? But you're going to have to trust yourself here. So find what feels good. Maybe you've moved, just an inch, maybe a centimeter, maybe less than that. And then bringing that full bodiness to it. So I'm still pressing into all four corners of my feet. Still drawing up with my pelvic floor, so I keep that alignment, I keep that support, and I'm opening my shoulder. We're almost there. You're doing awesome. One more big breath. Let it out. All right, we're going to come over to the right side. So I'm going to turn. I'm going to brace my right arm against the wall. Find that alignment in my feet. My feet are about hip width apart. And then I'm going to slowly turn towards my left side. So if you need to make adjustments, go for it. It's not about being perfect, it's about exploring it. So press into all 5 fingers here. Keep breathing. You guys are doing great. And then I'm gonna just bend my elbow, come back. And at Yoga Moments, we like to do this one. It's a good stretch for the backs of the legs as well, since we're creating lots of space in our back body. I'm going to walk my feet out a little more than hip width apart. I'm going to bring my hands to my hips here. I'm just going to move the mic. And then I'm going to find that alignment. So this nice lift up through the front body, grounding in the back. So my tailbone's heavy, my heart is lifting up towards the sky, and I'm going to bring my hands to my hips. So we're going to lean forward. Still lifting with the front body so that we're nice and supported. I'm going to bring my hands to the chair if I need to. If you find that this feels good, then you can stay here. If you want to maybe bring your hands all the way to the ground, you're welcome to. For today, I'm going to stay up on the chair. So I'm going to try and keep, most of my weight in my feet and create this lift in the front body even though I've folded forward. I'm going to use my hands just as a little bit of a brace. So if I need a little bit of weight in them, that's fine. And I'm going to just turn my toes in a little bit. Press into all four corners of my feet. Draw up from the arches. So instantly it kind of gives me that support in through the backs of the legs and in through the core. I'm going to squeeze my sit bones together. And I'm going to breathe here. And if your mind starts to wander, no worries. Sometimes, you know, that happens to all of us. But see if you can bring it back to the breath here. Make it an experience. You know, the best advice I think someone's ever told me is, you know, the grocery list and the laundry list and the chores and the to-do list that you have will all be there in 20 minutes. So it's okay to carve a little bit of time out for yourself. So if you haven't come up already, I'm going to bring my hands to my hips and lift up from the front body. Oof, all the way up. We're going to heel toe in towards our center. And we're going to come back to our seat. So again, moving mindfully. And sure, I could collapse in my chair, or I can create this lift and I can lower at the same time. So see how it feels to you, explore a little bit, and I'll meet you back in the chair. When we get here, we're going to inhale, sweep our arms out nice and wide. Bring your shoulder blades back together. Almost forgot the word for shoulder blades. So like you're squeezing a pencil, you can turn your hands up, you can turn your hands down. See how that feels. Maybe you just stretch your fingers out as wide as you can. So, you know, give them a little wiggle, create a little space in your fingers, in your palms. And then I'm going to bring my left hand to the outside of my right thigh. I'm going to face my palm towards the wall. And I'm going to bring my right arm either straight behind me. So I'll turn so you guys can see. Peek at the video if you need. You can bring your right arm out behind you like this. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Or you can just bring your arm down. And you don't have to force the twist here. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, let yourself twist. Let yourself. So you don't even have to do any of the work here. I'm all about, you know, getting moving, getting fit, getting strong. But kindly, gently, without having to force anything. Finding that ease. Inhale, nice and tall. Take something for yourself here. Exhale. You're going to inhale back to center. I'm actually going to spin. If you didn't spin, don't worry about it. I'm going to take it all the way over to the left side for you guys. So we're going to inhale, take our arms out. Right hand's going to come to the outside of your left thigh. The left hand is going to sweep behind us, nice and long. Or we come down. Wherever is good for you, find that length up through the spine. Maybe you tuck your chin a little bit and create a little bit of space in the back of the neck. Deepen your breath. Inhale nice and long. Exhale, let yourself twist. And we'll inhale, come back to center. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. And then I'm going to inhale, let them drop down and sweep them up nice and tall. Reach all the way up. Find a nice long stretch here from your fingertips to your tailbone. And then I'm going to exhale down. I'm going to bring my right ear to my right shoulder. I'm going to reach up with my right hand and I'm just going to bring it to the top of my head. I'm not going to pull. I'm just going to let my hand rest on my head. And I'm going to breathe and feel the stretch in the left side of my neck. So sometimes we rush through things and we're like, what's next? What's next? We got to get here. We got to do this. And sometimes it's nice to just let the work be done for you. And if we give ourselves just, that extra moment, then we find a nice long stretch. We find something that feels good, maybe even effortless. I'm going to inhale, reach all the way up with my right hand. Exhale, bring it down to my side. I'm going to bring my left ear to my left shoulder. I'm going to reach up nice and tall with the left hand and just bring it to the top of my head. So I'm letting my right arm be heavy here. I'm not really pulling it down, but I'm just letting it be heavy. Maybe your hand is in your lap. That's okay too. Wherever you are is perfect. Giving ourselves a moment here. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, bring our left palm to our lap. I'm going to scooch back and come into Sukhasana, or easy pose, cross-legged. And today, actually, I'm going to cross my legs in the opposite direction. So, little yoga for the mind. And it feels a little different, but that's okay. I'm going to bring my hands to my lap, sitting up nice and tall. And I invite you to stay here as long as you're comfortable, as long as you need. Bring my hands to my heart and bow to you for showing up and for sharing these moments. I thank you so very much from my heart to yours. Namaste.